will not apply again and again. Shastra is like that. Because once it gone and did it work, finish. And if you want to condemn it again, another sentence has to come again. Then it can condemn. But the sentence what is there is already gone once and showed its impact on something, and that's gone. Its purpose is over. So all these are, single use. It cannot be used. So what is the then to condemn that idea? Nothing is there. This is what they felt. And then the next sutra. Tannadaye sollitagado means you need not say verbally, but it is understood, right? That's the question. Tannadaye sollitagado. Isn't it that it is told by itself, when you say it is just give up all the dharmas, give up all the good practices? Don't you think it is understood that you can you are sanctioned to do all the bad practices? That is what the question is. And because the Veda will be like idam guru, idam makashi. Do this, don't do this. That's how the Veda will be always. It never gives any kind of arguments. In Vedas there won't be arguments. Only there will be ordinances. Idam guru, do this, you get it. Don't do this, you get it. There are some vidhi and nishedhas. Whatever is said, do this, it's called vidhi. Whatever is said, don't, that is called nishedha. So vidhi nishedhatmakaha vedaha. That's how it is said, So there are only two things. So when it is said, whatever is given as do this is condemned, that means whatever is said as nishidha, idam ma guru, that ma has gone, and that became idam guru. So the wrong practice is automatically, you need not say it verbally, and it's understood now. That is what it is said. When I remove the block, because there is a see, when their water flows in the canals, they have some kind of locks at different places. When you open the lock, what happens? The water flows automatically. You do not say anything. Automatically that is understood. That's how it is said. Then the Acharya says, Agadu Dharma Sabdam Adharma Nivrittiyai Kattamayale. The Acharya is justifying. No. Agadu. Why? Because Dharma Sabdam, what the word dharma, adharma nivrittiyai kattamayale. It did not say that adharma removing adharma or stopping adharma. You have to do this. That's not said so. Adharma nivrittiyai kattamayale. It won't say adharma nivritti. So how does it come then? The Krishna said only dharman parityajya. That is what he said. And then it is said, when you said sarva, because there is a prefix there, sarva dharman parityajya. And because of that sarma, that the sarva, all these discussion has come. Because he said all the good practice, all all the upayas can be given up. All the wrong things can be done. That's how it is understood. That's what the question. And then when we said adharma nivritti, when the dharmas have been moved out, because the dharma is coming along with the adharma nivritti purvaka dharma. So while doing this practice, you have to do it eliminating other activities. Eliminating other activity, wrong practices, you have to do this. That is what it is. When this has been moved out, with all its adjectives, it is gone. Whatever the adjectives behind are also going away along with this. So how the important, the main thing, what you call that? What is that for having all the adjectives?
Modifier?
No. See, no. There is a mic. Mic, black mic, long mic, strong mic. So the mic is. No, these are adjectives. I said adjectives. Black is an adjective, right? And long is an adjective. Strong is an adjective. What is the one which is having all the adjectives? Is an object. It's a noun. When the noun has been removed, I think all the adjectives along with it, they will be automatically gone. So now the noun has gone and adjectives will remain. That doesn't happen at all. Isn't it? So here for the sake of argument, because logically when you take, yes, two negatives become a positive. That we agree. But when you say that the noun itself has to be eliminated and the noun goes along with all the adjectives it carries behind. So the noun is dharma. And what Krishna condemned is, dharma tyaga. When dharma tyaga is recommended as how the dharma is coming, thus it is going. Dharma has come with a few adjectives behind, with a few attributes behind, few qualities behind. What are the qualities? Adharma nivritti purvaka. And sangha. There are two things. It is having some auxiliaries with it. It is having some prerequisites with it. So with angas and also with few prerequisites. So when you remove the dharma tyaga, automatically the angas have gone, automatically the prerequisites also have gone. But they said when you remove, the removal only takes place, the negative goes, brings out the unwanted stuff out. That's what they said. It is for the argument's sake, though looks good, but practically speaking, no. When dharma also, when they removed, when the dharma also they wanted us to keep away, then how come the adharma is accepted? Then adharma automatically condemned before itself. That's already gone. And among the recommended practices, now when they condemn, then where is the chance of the already removed things to come, to take place and to dominate? That will not happen. That is what the Acharya is trying to say. Did you understand? I don't know how far I am understanding. Upaya buddhi, only it's upaya buddhi only. Yes.
They are always there, but only things
Yeah, it's because when the dharma dharma is said, it is not the practice that Krishna wanted us to give up. It is only the buddhi. See, that's why he did not say sarva karma tyaga, but sarva dharma tyaga. Sarva dharman parityaja, not sarva karma parityaga, it is recommended. See, the word is beautiful. There is a difference between dharma and karma. Understand? Karma is the regular practice, whatever just we do. But it becomes dharma when it is supported with an ideology behind.
Sankalpa?
No, it is the thought. It is the thought that supports it. And then the karma becomes dharma. I'll give you an example. You are giving money to somebody. You found somebody is in need and just you want to give some money to him. Giving money is, of course, is a charity. Let us say it's a charity. But how you consider it's an act. It's an act, right? You are doing. The acting, giving money is called a karma. You are doing a karma there. But while giving that money to the other person, if you think that it is given by God to me, and it is God who is there and receiving this money, if the action is qualified, then that becomes a dharma. The giving money itself can become a dana, can become a karma, can become a dharma also. And it's because Veda said to find out the needy people. And if you have something so that you can fulfill their need, just do it. Because I believe in Veda, because my Veda said to give. So I have something, of course, with me. So I found the person is in need, so I give it to him. I need not expect anything from him. So just I give it. This is called, a charity. Right? This becomes a dharma. Not just giving money, though it is a karma, but it is qualified with your thought. So the name has been changed now for that. How the name is given? It became a dharma. Now Krishna says, don't stop giving money. But he said, stop giving the thought behind, like, I have some money. He is in need of money. So, because I am a person can give, so I give this money. Because I get some kind of punya out of it. So whatever you do for the sake of punyam, that becomes dharma. You gain something out of it. What you gain? You gain punyam. So expecting that punyam, yes, you are giving. You are going to temple, right? And you are performing Ashtotra pujas also, right? Now and then. Don't you go? Don't you do? And you do that. And while doing, what do you say? Mama, Edo Kutumba, Edo Saukhyartham, Edo Mama Santana, Edo Mama Pitru, Pitamaha, Prapitamaha, Edo Mama Matamaha, Mata Prapita, Edo Pramatamaha. For all of them, there something good happened. And Mama Sudasya, Mama Putrikayaha, Ayurarugya Aishwarya Abhyabhyartham, Dharmarthakam, Mokshavala Pushadhidyartham, Chaturveda Pushadhidyartham. Whatever all the things you say, because you pray just one God, and you want all those things to come to you. Even if you don't want, the priest says everything there.
That is the main problem.
They expect that you come again and again.
I say only Mama. Priest says everything, but I say only Mama.
Mama. yeah. I mean, there is enough, You know the shortcut, so it's just to say Mama. And that's the thing when he speaks. So, we do the puja, and then you expect some kind of punyam out of it. It's not seen, it's unseen. is invisible. The result is invisible. You expect that. So we call it punya. Right? So, doing puja is not prohibited. Doing puja is a karma. You went there and you stood and you took the flowers and you offered. This is an activity you did. So the activity is a karma. Kriyate iti karma. Something is done by you, that forms a karma, that becomes a karma. So you did a karma. But while doing the karma, you did for punya. Because you did it for punya, and it became a dharma. But the same activity, if you think it is God's service, God is in me, God is there, and God is in these flowers. So He is receiving His flowers through this hand or through this device, through this instrument. And Tera Tujiko Arpan. Kya lage mera? Some people sing the songs. Tera Tujiko Arpan. This is yours and this is also yours. What I am offering to you? Nothing. So, yes. Because I just can't be without doing something to you. So I do this with love, without an expectation. The same activity which became dharma before now becomes a kainkariya. The same activity.
But Swamiji, when you say that you give the dharma, there is real karma, but the cause of karma now vanishes, right?
Cause,
the material of the karma, what should you do? The need to do the karma now dissolve because the way of the dharma.
Now, this is what you expect out of it. You do it, but don't expect something in return.
But will that not remove the
Doing karma never becomes a binding. Whatever the bhavana you keep, that is the binding factor. You brought the flowers, you offered there, that work is done and finished. That is over there itself.
In the case of charity example you mentioned.
Even then.
So what would be if we give the dharma, give the dharmas, what would be the person's trigger to give charity in the first place, for anybody?
That is the problem. That is how we people think. But you see the Westerners, they don't want to expect such things. They think that they should be given up and they just give away. They don't expect anything in return from that. So there is no question of what you call what will be there for you to, what is the motivating factor behind. That's what you're expecting, right?
Yeah, my question is, if we learn the dharma, then the need to give the charity would also vanish at some point. Well, no, not incentive, but what is the thought come for people to give charity in the first place?
No, that is only with Indian mind. That's what I say. It's pretty much Indianized mind. That's how probably I think our temple are used to. That's how our priests are doing. That's how probably we are taught. Which is not really there. But all the things came up. Probably the reason being we are under somebody's rule. We are under somebody's rule since thousands of years. And because of that, they wanted us to be, motivated so that we do something for promoting the righteous causes. I think maybe that is the main reason that what I feel personally, why these things came in between. It is because you earn some way. Either you do the slavery and you earn something. You serve the person who occupied you, or who dominated you, or who is putting all his iron leg on your hand, but still you serve and you earn something. Somehow, this you earn in whatever way that's possible. But out of that, when you feel that this is your culture or your tradition to be preserved, you should do something for that cause. And for that, if you say just without anything that you give, that Already you are under slavery, why do you give? You need some kind of motivation then. You get something like this. You get benefit like this. Then, oh, I get benefit? Okay, now I am suffering. Tomorrow I won't suffer, right? Come on, let me give it now. Okay, I am suffering. My children won't suffer, right? Okay, let me give it now. This is a kind of probably inspiration and motivation behind. That's how probably these things kept inside. But if you look at the Agama scriptures, where the pujas and stuff are there is no sankalpa like, just you do this for this person, do for this. That we won't see there.
So there is no falafruti as well, right? Because like you do you do the Vishnu Satanama, and there's a falafruti right after that. So it tells that if you do this thing, then this and this will happen to you.
Yes. The falafruti are always there because they need some kind of inspiration for the layman, for the beginners. Even when you go to the Vedas, then they recommend some Kamya yagas like Siyana yaga and some other, Kama Ishti Putra Kama Ishti, Vrishti Kama. So like that there are some Ishtis recommended. When there is a need, yes, then they do. And when they expect something, then they do. And when they are in not really in need, but they are greed, then also they do. Understand? So, for getting something like Dasharatha did something for the children, it's not for his personal benefit anymore. It is for the sake of country he wanted to do it. So, people do few things for the sake of public, for the sake of world in general. And people do few things just for their own personal gain. That is out of need. Some other activities not done because they are need, but they are greedy. Because he wants to gain some power, for which he wants to overrule the other person, thinks that he is an enemy, and he wants to eliminate that enemy. For which, again, there is a recommendation in Vedas called Siyana Yaga. Perform the Siyana Yaga, and the enemy will be cleared. But whether he may die, or he may just, clear your way, but something will happen and you will just proceed further. That's called Siyana Yaga. And it works very fast, it seems. Just like the wind, the blow of the wind, it works. That's what it said, And why these things are to be recommended? They are recommended for the layman, for Nastikas. When he is a Nastika, he has to turn towards this first. Then he can go for higher things. But how he turns towards this? Show some kind of benefit. You get this. It's a kind of allurement. By seeing those things, then he will be attracted. Then he enter and slowly start doing. Start getting some benefits. Then he thought, oh, I win over my enemy. That's good. So at least this Veda has something here to believe in. That's good. So is there any other thing that after I got the power now, I became a ruler? Is there anything that I can get still in a better stuff? Come on, call a Vedic scholar and ask him, hey, study something and tell me what else that we can get. Then he told 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, perform that for me. He's not believing in Veda or Vedic concepts, but he believed in self-benefits and then started doing. But he started getting though, because the person who did, performed it perfect. So he started getting those things. As a process, when he started getting few things done from that, then he started more and more, discovering the things and digging deep into that. And then he found wonderful things, These are the things, for time being. They go away. Again, these are a bit longer things. They also go away. then is there anything that never grows? Hey Pandit, tell me that. And then he says, yes, there is something called Atma that never grows. Ah. Then how can I get it? This is the process. My goodness, come on, let us do that too. And then he shows something like, this Atma is very small, but there is something bigger stuff than this. Oh God, tell me that then. Why didn't you say that so far? Tell me about the bigger one. The bigger one is so vast, the entire world is under its control. Really? You can get it too. My goodness, tell me that. That is gone. And then you can do something for, then tell me the process, and this is the process. A step-by-step manner, you can take him to that level. Instead of losing a person, this is how just they bring in, and then they fix him in the Vedic path. Because it is said, Veda is more than thousands and thousands of mothers and fathers' love. A mother, when the boy is not good, still she never throws him out. And even he is doing something nonsense, still she tries to satisfy him somehow by just giving something and not giving something, and by giving it a little and just taking it back again. Taking some more thing and just taking it again away from him. Slowly just, tries to put him on the right track. And ultimately a day will definitely come, he becomes very, very strong with all his faith in it. And then he becomes the right protector of that. So for such people, these things are given. But a person thinking that I am highly matured and then goes for such things, that is wrong. So that is not recommended. When in your schools, show an object and tell the name. A pen, a book, a pen, and then a cap. I am fixing the cap. This is an easy way to make people understand, right? But to whom? This is for the preschool guy, you have to say like this. And you keep a doctorate guy and then start saying, this is a pen, this is a cake, I'm fixing. As you laugh, thus people laugh. So, for a devotee who thinks that he is a devotee and then going for this kind of activities is not okay. These kind of allurements are there for the beginners. They show them and then they bring them. Once they came here and they start discovering their things, then they grow and then they can just give them all these kind of things. But unfortunately, what happens? Even the greatest of the people thinking that they are greatest devotees, they also want this kind of name. My name should be written there. Yes. I give $5 on 5 walls my name. And 5 times it will be announced with the mic. But for the person really who is mature and he never expects anything to be said also. There are persons whom we know, right? They saw in the board that this much of loan is there here. Simply he wrote a check, dropped in the Akundi, and just that. Do you hear? 600K. They kept on the temple board. The loan right now for the temple is 600K. They kept, it seems, in the board. A generous person has seen that and then came. He did not just give it to the office. He did not consult the persons there. He not even feeling that his name to be mentioned. Just simply wrote a check for 600K, dropped in the hundi, and just read down. And nobody knows that who is that guy and who came and who gave. But later, of course, they know that's a different thing. But the attitude I'm talking about. Can I expect 600K giving and not asking for money in the end? Receipt? everywhere across the world there are. Very rare. For Indian mentality, it is very rare. For Western mentality, it's quite often it happens. Otherwise, how you see these many things around? How many churches are there? Did you see anywhere the name of the person who contributed for the church? Have you seen any temple without the donor's name? See that what you call the contradiction. See how ironic it is. As a matter of fact, the people belonging to the Vedic traditions should follow such a practice. But they are practicing, whereas here you are just turned all the way, 180 degrees. And when we go to the deities, and we always say, my gotra, my now, and my children's now. And I hardly see any person, just doing for Bhagavad Gita. As you said, then there is no inspiration, there is no motivation. Why should I? Okay, thank you. Get down to keep going. So, without expectation, still you have to do it. That's what Krishna says. So, that is called dharma. When it is qualified with a bhavana, that activity becomes dharma. Otherwise, it becomes a karma. And still polished, it becomes a kainkarya. So, anything that you have to do with kainkarya bhavana. That's why when you say the sankalpa, Bhagavad Bhagavadacharya kainkarya rupena idam karma karishye. We never say even Bhagavad Bhagavadacharya prityartham. No. We don't know whether it is priti or apriti. Why? Why should I bother? Because it is something recommended to be done, I do it. That's it. Whatever comes, comes. That's okay. That's not my responsibility. So we say that Bhagavad Bhagavatacharya kainkarya rupena idam karma karishye.
You said that karma becomes dharma when ideology supports it, right? But every ideology has a perspective, right? So how can you distinguish from the good from the bad? For example, you give the example of charity.
There is no question of any what you call that decision factor. Anything related to God, that becomes automatically good.
Like for example, if a person gave $1 million in charity, but if we backtrack and see he's a thief who stole it from somebody else, so does that act become dharma or not?
Anyway, he steals. At least he is diverting something for good. Otherwise, it would have gone for some ammunition factory. So, even he doesn't give, still that is there with him. No? He already stole it. But if he is not giving for this cause, he is giving us some bad cause and promoting that bad cause. Rather than at least a part of us has been qualified now, with which the punishment he has to receive for 10 millions and 1 million, the punishment is reduced. Or maybe, if the cause is really great, and then by this, the bad other one also may be purified. And then you can encourage even that. You can't stop him stealing the things. Right? Can you? If you are able to do it, do it. That will be really wonderful. Otherwise, don't stop this channel. This channel is there to purify the other stuff. That's why it is said, that the ends justify the means. What is it?
Swami, dharma is considered as a vehicle that you travel until your goal and you leave the vehicle, right? The same way, Lord Krishna said like that?
Yeah, but here the dharma is, our dharma is something different. Regular dharma is something different, but what Krishna talking here, that this dharma is different. The regular activities, that your activity becomes the dharma. But here, Krishna says, you give up all those things that they become vehicles for you to lead. It is me, the lead. I am the dharma. So here, you need not give the vehicle after reaching the goal, because the goal itself is your vehicle. Because whom you want to reach, Krishna, is becoming your vehicle now. So he is the dharma, and he is sakshat dharma. You understand what it is?
Yeah.
So it is a unique vehicle for you, like the mother. Like the mother for the baby. Baby is crying in the cradle, and the baby wants to go to the arms of mother. And who takes the baby to the mother? It's only the mother comes and takes. So for the baby to reach the mother, mother became the vehicle, and of course the goal is also the same mother. The baby reaches the mother's laps, and the baby doesn't want anything else than that. It will be there, that's it. So the goal and the means are not different here for us. So it's the Krishna who is becoming our means. Because all the activities we do for the sake of Krishna, for the sake of the Lord, right? And out of doing this karma, what are we going to get out? What are we aiming at? Getting His grace. That's it. So for us, means and the goal are not different. Upaya and the upeya are not different for us. Prapaka and the prapyam. Prapaka is one takes you. Prapyam is what you're reaching. So the prapakam and the prapyam are not different for us. But in the world, they are different. They are different, like as crossing the river, you need a boat. But you cross the river, well, you need a boat then. You know, you are not just carrying the boat and just going when you reach the shore. You don't need that. But our boat is something different boat. Our boat is when you are waters on the way, it will sail on the waters. And when you reach the shore, then you can drive it, and then you can still go along with it. And when there is some valley, you can just fly, and then it takes you from the skies. Understand? So that is our vehicle. What do you call it?
Modern vehicle.
Yes,
It has a name. Hover. Yes. It's called hovercraft. Hovercraft. When it is a dump, then it goes over there. When the water is smooth, then it sails. But when it's ground, there will be wheels. And the wheels comes out automatically, then you can just drive and just keep going. And when you want to fly, you can just turn on, the wings come out, and then you can just fly. Dasaratha. Dasaratha is having such a hovercraft with him. That's how his name became like that. His Ratha has the access to all the directions. Dasesu dikshu apratihata Ratha gati. So his name became Dasaratha. But our crafts are not having such a powerful access, Either our helicopters, if you take, it goes up, it goes this direction, front, maybe back also, I don't know. Helicopters go back? They won't go back. And his vehicle also goes back, up into the sky, down into the earth also. Down into the ground. It has the access. So, Dasesu Dikshu Apratihata Radhagatihi Dasaratha. So his name became like that. So our vehicle need not be quick. So it becomes a means and it's our goal too. And it's a uniqueness in it. That's what they're going to discuss now. So he tried to justify the answer initially. But ultimately Acharya says, Kattinalum Attai Orindavattai Sollittam Ittanai. That's it. He's sealing it now. That means Kattinalum, okay. I say it never shows adharma activity should be done like that. When I said dharma should be given up, that means when an activity becomes dharma, when it is supported by ideology, right? So here Krishna says, give up that ideology that supports you and keep me there as the ideology. He did not say give up the karma, but he said give up the ideology. Keep me there. I become the better ideology. Then I can drive anything. Don't you think it's better one? It's the best option. Instead of you hiring a driver and you putting him, you have to pay salary. And he takes off also. And then he may become sick. And he may sometimes fall asleep. And then he may commit accidents. And he may be responsible for many tickets. Avoiding all these things, he says, I become your driver. Keep me as your driver. Finish. Then what happens? You not pay anything to me. And you not feed me. I never fall asleep. And I never commit any accidents. And you need not get any tickets. And you can reach your goal very safe. When I take all these responsibilities, why you are worried? Huh? At least if you have to pay, you have to think, how much should I pay? Oh, this much, I may not be able to. I pay only this much, to become. You're already paying something to someone, and I'm saving that also for you. So, there is a saving and there is a protection. So when all are there, then why can't you accept this as the better one, better option? That is what it is. So, he did not ask you to just give up the karma. That is what we have to understand. Sarva dharman parityajya. That is what he said. That's why there is no chance of entering any kind of malpractices in between. There is no question of malpractices, just peeping into this life. That's what it is said. If you, for the sake of argument, even if you say, because when I said, dharma tyaga, then all the adharma tyaga also already gone, it's understood in that. But still, if you say, no, adharmas will keep in, then we say, accept that, you can get everything. Even if that word says that adharmas may enter, attai orindavattai, removing all those things, whatever that are available to practice, take only that much. That's all it is. Attai orindavattai chullagiradu. Eliminating those things, the rest of the things are recommended to practice. He is putting a seal for the argument. He is not entertaining any more arguments. And then he says, why you have to say like that? There is a saying in Tarka Shastra, that if you say something and if they show some problem there, if you say like this may disturb that. Then they say, tad abhave, accept that. And if there is something, accept that also. Without that, then they go on like that. Like that. I say initially, it won't happen like that. It will not come into this picture at all. Even if you say so, but there are three things by seeing which you can understand such things will never enter. That's what he's saying. Tannayum, Iswaranayum, Phalattayum Patal, Avai Pura Variyillai, Tannayum. When you see yourself, when you see the nature of the soul, there is no chance of entering such malpractices. First, if you understand yourself properly, there is no chance of wrong practices. Iswaranayum, when you understand the nature of the God, then there is no chance of entering wrong practices. And when you understand the goal, ultimate goal, and just you see that, understand it carefully, there is no chance of wrong practices creeping into that at all. What is the nature of the self? To please God. What is the Swarupam of the Atma? What is the Atma's nature? This is where again we have to go back. In Asmartha, what is said Atma's nature?
Belong to
Seshatvame Atma Uppuswarupam. Seshatvam is belonging to God. Belonging to God is the nature of the soul. That's called Seshatvam. And what does it mean? Can you describe the Seshatva then? What is the Seshatvam? How can you describe it? Seshi Mukha Vikasa Hetu Bhuta Pravrutti. I mean, when you are Sesham, you have a Seshi to whom you belong, right? And whatever act that pleases him, you should do that. Seshi Mukha Vikasa Hetu Bhuta Kriyavam Seshaha. I mean, whoever is your Seshi, and see that his face is always shining. You have to please him. So whatever the act that pleases, just do that. When you know that your nature is like that, and when you start doing the adharma, do you think that the face of the God is shining? No. It never. That's the problem. So if you understand yourself, there is no chance of practicing such wrong things. That's one thing. And Iswaranayam, what is the nature? What is the Swabhavam of the Lord? What is the God? He never needs, nor he depends upon anybody else for giving something to us. He doesn't need anybody's help. He is out by himself. Sarva Swatantra. He doesn't Sahayantara Nirapeksha. I mean, somebody, you put your hand and I also put my hand, let's both together pull it or push it. Not necessary for me. Because he can all alone handle this, the whole universal play. Just with the sankalpa, he can do the entire thing. And when he is not interested in any other thing, and when you say the wrong practices, do you think that he will be accepting that thing? Even the right practices also, he said, not needed there. Naham vedai, na tapasa, na dhanena, na Jeeyar sikya. That's what he said. I don't need anything from you. That's what he declared. I don't need any dhanas from you. I don't need any dharmas from you. I don't need any Vedic chantings from you. I don't need any tapas from you, no japam from you. I don't need any yagam from you. I don't need anything from you. I don't expect anything from you. when he is not expecting such recommended activities also, how can you imagine that unrecommended or prohibited activities will please him? Ishwaranayum Parthal. So if you look at the nature of God, when the pravriti itself is not accepted, how can a nivritti is accepted by him then? When the vidhi itself is not accepted, denied by him, how can you expect that a nishiddha is accepted by him? You know? So, if you understand the nature of God, then there is no question of this kind of stuff entering there. That's why he is called unique upaya. Unique upaya. He is a means for us to save, but he is a unique means. He is a special means. You know? There is a nice word used by Alvar. You are marundu. You are the medicine. They said. Alvar said. And you are a medicine, you know what a kind of medicine you are? Anachu ma marundamengo. He said, Anachu ma marundu. You know, ma marundu is a powerful medicine. Anachu ma marundu. Ma chedda mandani. Ma chedda gopavadandi. The expression is in Telugu. Mahachedda Goppavadandi. What is Mahachedda Goppa? Goppa is great, Chedda is bad. That is a superlative. I don't know what a kind of Hindi expression that you have. But it's in Telugu and also it's in Tamil, you know. Nachu ma marundu. Very badly good medicine. So badly it's good medicine. I mean, good is always good. But so badly good means there is nothing, you know, better, there is nothing better thing than that. That's how it is said.